What use is it?
No, think. That's no.
That's gonna happen anyway, Carl.
Yeah, but think of what you're saying. They've grown a monkey testicle on a mouse to see if it would still function as a monkey's testicle, okay? So they can do that to humans. So think, Carl. What they'd do is, they'd grow a human testicle on a mouse, and it could still be used as a human testicle.
So what?
To give you a testicle that you've lost.
From a mouse?
No, from another person who it was kept alive on a mouse. Because it's kept the nutrients alive, as opposed to keeping it in a deep freeze. Maybe bollocks go off after a week. I don't know. Maybe they get accidents. He had a little a card. Do you donate your testicles? Yeah, I'll tell you what. No one needs testicles yet. Let's keep them on a mouse. You have yours ripped off in some sort of bizarre skiing accident. You go, well, you're in a Battersea Dog Town. You pick the ones you want. They can grow them on anything. They can grow them on a Dachshund. Bulldogs are growing them usually, that's where you see a bulldog. Usually that's waiting for an operator. What don't you understand, Carl?
Hang on a minute. I thought this was nog news, not testicle time. I don't understand what
the testicle time's not for another 10 minutes.
Yeah. No, it's all sort of a bit linked and that though, isn't it?
Well, sometimes it's linked to a mouse.
But what do you think about, like, I don't know, testing stuff out like that? Is it worth it? Could you not just go straight from...
But listen, Carl, I'm getting this information from you.
No, if
this was on Question Time and someone said there were, Dimbleby and Paxman or whatever said it, I'd think about it as a moral dilemma. You've just said you saw a mouse with a monkey testicle. What do you think of that? I don't think any of it. I don't think anything of it is the answer, Carl, because I can't trust the info. I cannot trust anything that comes out of your mouth.
Well, it's true, but it's just all this, it's the same thing, innit? It's the leeches in a blender, it's the fella looking at an electron.
Yeah.
It's the mouse with an ear on its back.
Yeah.
I don't know what the point is.
But you don't read on. Because I've seen you read something, and you're going, look at that, man survives on eating knee. And I go, what else? You go, I didn't read on.
You look at the mouse with the ear on the back, and you just think, that must be murder at a concert. You don't think. You don't think.
No, I just think, is it worth sort of wasting
You think he swallowed someone's ear? He gnawed it away and swallowed it, and it's just in his system?
Yeah.
No, I just get a bit sad about the mice and...
I agree. I mean, that is sad, yeah. Of course, anything like that is awful.
But saying that, I remember ages ago, they have a load of people on Oxford Street. Don't know if you've seen them, where they get you to sign stuff.
Yeah.
And the woman got annoyed with me, right, because she was saying about, drugs with animals, testing them out, and stuff like that, which is bad. But, and I was saying, yeah, it's really bad, and I was looking at the pictures and that. But, I said, what would happen, if like, the drugs, aspirin, and the monkey's got headache, is it such a bad thing? She got annoyed, didn't want to listen anymore. It's a good point though, isn't it? At what point is it cruel to test stuff out and things?
Yeah.
Give it some Nurofen. It's happy.
Yeah, well, I bet that mouse had, headache. Because everything must have been loud. The other mice squeaking must have done its head in.
Yeah.
Oh, that would give him a Nurofen.
Turn that radio down.
Give him a Nurofen, please.
But listen, are we gonna get, Rockbusters out of the way quickly?
Go on then, quickly.
It's not gonna take long, is it? Right then, so, 3 clues and that.
Yeah.
Initials of a band and artist.
Yeah.
You can win some stuff. Steve can go through the...
Ladder 49 better be in there.
Oh, let me
just quickly,
It's Ladder 49.
You get on with those clues and I'll tell you what's happening.
And this is the last time, the winner of this...
No, we'll do it again next week.
Oh, is it? And then there'll be 6 people and we just draw someone out of a hat to win the signed Homer, the, Nigel Tufnell, and the Asses Flanimals.
Right, you ready then?
But they've got great prizes. They've got Alias, they've got
Alias, they've got The Aviator, a Batman cartoon series, M. Night Shyamalan's The Village, atrocious film, and Ladder 49, there it is.
Brilliant.
It's in there.
Joaquin Phoenix, John Travolta. Their greatest challenge lies in rescuing one of their own.
Brilliant. Go on then, Carl.
Right, the first one then. When I'm ill, I throw up horse food. When I'm ill, I throw up horse food. How can that work? What's going on there? The initials there. I-H. Right? It's a band or an artist or singer. Something like that. I-H. They're the initials, the clue.
I've got it.
When I'm ill, I throw up horse food. Right?
I've got it.
Right then. Well, don't say anything. Works, doesn't it?
No.
Second one, that garden tool, it's not yours. What are you doing with it? Right?
Yeah.
That garden tool you're messing about with there, it's not yours.
Yeah.
Give it back.
What's that?
ND. ND. Right? Artist or a band. What's going on there, right? Third one. That male sheep sounds fed up. Why is he fed up? Right? TR. TR's the initials. That male sheep sounds fed up. What's going on? If you know the answers to them three, email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk, or you can text in 83XFM. Alright?
Great prizes. You can win yourself a copy of Ladder 49.
Foo Fighters. Best of You on XFM 104.9. Alright, Carl, you calm down now about science.
It just does me head in, a lot of this stuff. I think I would have been better off sort of growing up in the 1940s or something.
Why?
Where there isn't as much science going on, people just live, don't they, for the moment.
So
You know what I mean?
well, what if you'd had to go to the war?
What?
What if
Alright,
you-
maybe 1945, then I'd be happier. Just after the war. Just that bit after the war and before they started
What
messing
age?
about.
What year would you want to be born?
When was the war over?
45.
Right. 46 then.
But there's
Born
rationing.
46.
There's rationing for another 10 years.
56 then.
But there's a lot of science going on.
Oh, forget it. It just annoys me, all the messing about. They're always messing about with stuff, and I sometimes think, is it doing any good? Is what I mean. Mouse with ears, mouse with monkey's testicles. They're messing about with a mammoth now.
Go on.
Well, they're just saying, well, they're managing to knock one together.
Who
And
asked?
you just think, it's from some scientist somewhere. and just messing about.
Andy.
No, but it's just, do we need, I mean, we've done it before about the do we need them thing. The amount of creatures and insects and that are knocking about. You got that caterpillar that I mentioned walking about, it doesn't know where it's going. Get rid of them. The mammoth. The world's busy enough, it's crowded, it's overcrowded now. How much room are they going to take up? Do you know what I mean?
Why are they doing it, Carl? Do you know? All you know is they're trying to muck around with
Because
them.
they can, because that's all it is, isn't it? Because they can. They're messing about, someone's
Yeah.
being paid to do stuff.
What else are we here for? If not to try stuff out. What else are we here for?
What do you mean?
Well, what are we here for?
Just to enjoy life, isn't it?
Well, some scientists enjoy knocking a mammoth together.
No, but don't worry about the mammoth. It died out. Maybe it died out for a reason. Why didn't Noah say that if it was important?
Because Noah, what do you mean? Noah's not true, is it?
Well, I don't know. There might have been some truth in it.
What truth in it? That he put 2 of every animal that existed into an ark. How big was this then? Why didn't they eat each other?
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying.
Imagine the noise, Carl.
Yeah.
No,
Trying to get a bit of kit there.
There's points to that where I go, that didn't happen, because where could he have been where there was a hamster and an elephant and a crocodile? Where was he? Do you know what I mean?
But none
I'm
of it's
saying-
true. What bit do you believe?
What do you mean?
It got a bit wet.
What are we talking about? The mammoth or the...
No. What is up with you?
No, it's just that we had a
No,
lot...
seriously, have you got brain damage?
No, it's just that we had a lot of topics going on there. I just don't know which...
No, we were talking about Noah. And then you suddenly go, I know where did be what? The mammoth or Noah? What? What you did, none of it's true. What? Think of it. Oh, God. Think of the first thing. Build an ark. Alright.
Could I just clarify, what's an ark?
It's a big boat thing.
Right. I've never had any experience of
Just
carpentry.
build a big boat thing.
But I don't make...
Just have a go, don't worry, you'll be alright, I'll make sure it's alright.
But once I've built that, I mean, how big should I build it? What am I...
Very big, it needs every animal, 2 of
Ooh,
every
let's
animal,
not be
go
fair.
on, every
I
animal.
mean, the boat building, fair enough.
I told you to make it big.
Right.
Don't worry about the fish, they can swim.
Okay, but so
All
what's
the
thing?
birds.
Like,
Get the flightless ones though, they're drowned. Get the flightless ones, not the penguins, they're flightless but they can swim. But all other animals...
I should be writing this down.
But why, I mean, wouldn't you have took that opportunity to go, right, forget the, whatever. Mind you, the jellyfish didn't need to get in it, did it? But there's other animals where you can
We
go,
don't need to be here.
No.
Because Carl is actually having a little argument with his own head. It's like, you remember that comic strip, The Numbskulls?
Yeah.
Where there's loads of people in there doing different stuff, that he can hear them.
Yeah.
And sometimes his own mind puts him off.
Yeah.
Like just then, he has an argument with himself and it puts him off. Right, what's your question?
I'm just saying, don't mess about with a mammoth.
Whoa!
Good,
Okay.
well, what a platform, it's good, you know, we've got a radio show, we've got our own radio show, people are spending money to advertise it, people are actually bothering to listen, and you, the words of wisdom coming out of your mouth is don't mess around with a mammoth.
Brilliant.
Great. It's time for Rockbusters, the quiz that no one looks forward to, and we've got, as usual, the bunch of CDs, DVDs I should say, which
Just tell me we have got another copy of Ladder 49.
Ladder 49's right here. That's
Brilliant.
in the mix, yeah.
How many did they send you?
Joaquin Phoenix, John Travolta, Ladder 49, the movie that no one's seen.
Yeah,
I've never met anyone who's seen it.
but is owned by every single XFM listener.
Exactly. Also in the mix, as I said before, we've got Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, which, if you haven't seen that on telly, I'd be very surprised. French and Saunders at the movie, the best of all the French and Saunders movie spoofs, which is, I think, on TV every single night.
Yeah. It's a very gay giveaway so far,
It's a
isn't
very
it?
good. Well, this
got
one-
Ladder
this one-
49, the people in uniform, you've got Queen of the Desert and French and Saunders,
Well,
the gays love them.
You know how much a fan I am of Chevy Chase. You know I love Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Well, we've also got here National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation 2, which doesn't feature Chevy Chase. It was so bad, even Chevy wouldn't agree to be in it, so instead Randy Quaid, who plays Cousin Eddie, it's him,
Right.
and on the back I notice it says, special appearance by Eric Idle.
Brilliant.
I mean, let's be honest, if a film's got a special appearance by Eric Idle,
I know.
it's probably not a classic, is all
Do you
I'm
reckon they saying.
do?
Always walk on the... look on the bright side of life?
Anyway, that's just some of the DVDs which you can win, and obviously the real reason you should enter is because you go forward to this big prize draw, which is in our last show, where you can win some actual quality.
Yeah, a signed, Matt Groening drawing, and if you can see him drawing that on rickygervais.com, it's totally genuine, it's just there, him actually drawing it in front of your very eyes. Also, us, made us, Flanimals, and a signed, poster by Nigel Tufnell. Christopher Guest.
Sure.
So proper good prizes.
Yep.
So this is, I think it should be the last one to get into it. Maybe next week, the 4 that we've got get down to 2 maybe. And then we get them on the line in the last, what do you think?
Well, I'll be honest, I wish we'd thought it through. I don't know about you, but I wish we thought this whole
Chris
thing through.
Campling, if he's got any ideas to how this show could have run, see, we should have scripted this.
What we said, we just said the go in a drawer, didn't we?
Did we?
So
Yeah, we hadn't thought it through though.
but we can't keep swapping and changing.
Well, we haven't
we can do
done
what
it
we
yet.
want. We can do
We
what we
can do what we want, yeah. You know how many BAFTAs we've won? We can do exactly what we want.
High five.
Well, listen. Right,
6.
let's get down to business then. Let's get
Right,
down
so
to business.
Rockbusters, let's explain briefly what this quiz is for those that have only just started listening to the show.
It's basically, blockbusters.
well, you say that, Rick, but it's not, is it? I mean, that Blockbusters made sense.
Yeah, well,
This is
this
just
is the
incoherent
thing.
drivel.
Carl thinks this is a cryptic clue going, right, a fella is walking along and oh, look, there's the fish. What does that mean? Detrout
No,
sinners.
some
Well,
of them, some of them are hard because they've dug them all
some
out.
are hard because they don't make sense.
No, but they've dug them all out because they're going to put them all on the website for people to play along with, and they came to me for the answers, and some of them are pretty tricky. I couldn't answer them. So,
I love that.
Well, anyway,
the only man that can outwit himself.
right then. So the first one then, here we go. Why don't you borrow some land off Mr. Boardman, or Mr. Laurel, or Mr. Fletcher? Alright? Why don't you borrow a little bit of land
Oh, it's changed already.
already changed.
Already
off
changed.
Mr. Boardman?
Well, no, do it again and do it exactly the same each time. Do it again.
Why don't you borrow some land off Mr. Boardman, or Mr. Laurel, or Mr. Fletcher if you need a bit of it?
What's changing?
Okay, and what are the initials?
Right, LS.
LS.
LS, that's a band or an artist. Who am I talking about? Second one. I'm gonna,
Sorry, he's got a sweet in his mouth.
I'm gonna annoy those seabirds over there. Right? Right?
I'm going to annoy those seabirds over there.
Well, just those seabirds, it doesn't matter where they are. I'm gonna annoy them seabirds.
I don't know what he's talking about anymore, Steve. Honestly.
B is the initial.
I love the fact that he was fascinated by the strangest village in Britain, but the stories he's told us about where he comes from, there's him going around with 2 fellas with big heads, webbed feet, a little pigeon-chested bloke, him on his grifter with Maggie pecking at him, his dad in the telephone box nicking groceries, and a horse in the house next door. I mean, how strange was his upbringing?
Yeah.
And him hanging from his satchel. Unbelievable.
There's
Feel
another
free.
woman who I remembered. Actually, I'll tell you later.
Go on, what?
No,
Another
I'll
one?
tell you later about another woman who I remembered
What is it? Give us a teaser.
It's just a woman who rode around on a three-wheeled bike with her husband in a basket. I'll tell you that. Right, and the final clue.
Teasers like that on the other radio
That's a hell of a funeral service.
Right, listen. Right, the final clue. What the Scouse fella said to the robber who he found in his house next to his vineyard.
Oh, Jesus. What?
Again?
Right, so what the Scouse fella said
Right, this is going to be a pronunciation thing.
to the robber he found in his house.
Oh, God,
which was
I've
next to
lost
his-
the will to live. I want to get in that woman's basket on the street. We'll just be driven round
And
for the rest of my life.
the initials there, A.W. A.W. Who is it?
Give us the clues, give us the answers.
Right, the first one was, why don't you borrow a little bit of land off Mr. Boardman, or Mr. Laurel, or Mr. Fletcher?
Go on then.
Right, what am I getting at there? The initials were LS, right? Lease a Stan's field, right? Because you're borrowing it, that's leasing it. It's Stan Boardman, Stan Laurel, and it's a field and that, innit? Second one, I'm gonna annoy those seabirds. That was B. What you doing when you're annoying a bird? You're bugging it. What's a seabird? A gull. Buggles. Right? Bug gulls.
I don't know where to start, mate.
Right, don't worry about it.
I don't know where to start.
third
If we had more time,
Don't worry.
I'd throw him out of a window. Right.
What the Scouse fella said to the robber he found in his house next to his vineyard.
Go on
That
then.
was A.W.
Yeah.
That was A. Me Winehouse. Right?
What?
Me Winehouse.
What?
Me Winehouse.
What do you mean Winehouse?
It's a vineyard. It's a cottage in a vineyard, so that's like a winehouse.
Say it again. What was the clue again?
Amy Winehouse.
Well, yeah, but what do you mean?
Amy.
Why is he say? Why is it a robber?
Because the robber's getting in and he's sort of saying, hey.
But what's the robber got to do with it? Why is it just a normal bloke? I don't say why is he saying Amy Winehouse? Why is he saying that?
He's saying to him, hey, get out, kind of
No,
thing.
no,
Amy Winehouse.
no. Sorry, her
Doesn't
name
matter.
isn't
Anyway,
A. Get Out Me Winehouse. Her name is.
Gavin.
No, her name
It's
isn't A.
Gavin,
Get Out Me
oh,
Winehouse.
Gavin Thompson got them all. Are we going to get Rockbusters out of the way quickly?
Go on then,
Let's
quick
do it
then.
then.
Might as well do it. It's not going to take long, is it?
Go on.
Right then. So, 3 clues and that.
Yeah.
Initials of a band and artist.
Yeah.
You can win some stuff. Steve can go through the.
Ladder 49 better be in there.
Oh, let me check.
Just quickly.
It's ladder 49.
You get on with those clues and I'll tell you what's happening.
And this is the last time. The winner of this.
No, we'll do it again next week.
Oh, is it? And then there'll be 6 people, and we just draw someone out of a hat to win the signed Homer, the Nigel Tufnell, and the us as Flanimals.
Right, you ready
But
then?
they've got great prizes. They've got Alias. They've got.
They've got Alias, they've got The Aviator, a Batman cartoon series, M. Night Shyamalan's The Village, atrocious film, and Ladder 49, there it is.
Brilliant.
It's in there.
Joaquin Phoenix, John Travolta. Their greatest challenge lies in rescuing one of their own.
Brilliant. Go on then, Carl.
Right, the first one then. When I'm ill, I throw up horse food. When I'm ill, I throw up horse food. How can that work? What's going on there? The initials there. I-H. Right? It's a band or an artist or a singer. Something like that. I-H. They're the initials. The clue.
I've got it.
When I'm ill, I throw up horse food. Right?
I've got it.
Right then. Well, don't say anything. Works, doesn't it?
No.
Second one, that garden tool, it's not yours. What are you doing with it? Right?
Yeah.
That garden tool you're messing about with there, it's not yours.
Yeah.
Give it back. Right?
What's that?
ND. ND. Right? Artist or a band. What's going on there? Right? Third one, that male sheep sounds fed up. Why is he fed up? Right? TR. TR's the initials. That male sheep sounds fed up. What's going on? If you know the answers to them 3, email in. Have you got a winner?
No, I don't even know the answers, do
We'll
I?
pick one. Alright then, the first one.
right.
I just dropped a plastic cup.
Right, the
go on.
first one was, when I'm ill,
Yeah.
I throw up horse food. Right?
Yeah.
That's the clue. The initials were I-H.
I got
Right?
this one.
And that
I
was,
must say, too.
that was I sick haze, because when you're ill, you're sick. What do horses eat? They eat hay. I sick haze. I sick haze is the answer. You got that. Second one, that garden tool. That garden tool you've got, it's not yours. What are you doing with it? Right? ND.
That was different.
That was what's a garden tool? A rake. Right? If it's not yours, what have you done? You've nicked it. You've nicked Drake. You've nicked that rake. Nick Drake. Nick Rake. Right? So that's ND. You got that.
I don't know where to
That's
start.
fine, no, that's fine, that's fine.
The third one, that male sheep sounds well fed up.
Go on.
What's up with it? That was TR.
Yeah.
That was that ram. It's a ram. That's a male sheep. It's fed up. It's moaning. Ram moans. Ramones. The Ramones. So they got that as well.
I don't know who it was that told them this was behaviour that you could do.
I really want to have cinema police.
Yeah.
Right, you go in there, and if the phone goes off, you get your money back and you're asked to leave.
Yeah.
Straight away. Any whispering, if you whisper again, you know, if you're too stupid
to be able to figure it out.
Yeah, just, they tell you what age you should be, right, to get that film.
Yeah.
That's it. If you listen and you're not eating and you're not talking, then you should be able to get a film.
Well, I was in the cinema last night, and as I came in, there was a big queue, and as I came in, there was people there, taking your ticket, showing you to your seat. Now, when did it happen that I was no longer able to find my own seat at the cinema? Why is it that I can go in the daytime, I can find I'm left to fend for myself? But now it seems that on a Friday night, there's so many stupid people out there who can't find their decent seat.
No, I think that is policing. I think that's to stop people thinking I'll just sit here and having to deal with it themselves. Because, I mean, if someone was in my seat, even if there was another seat, I'd go, well, no, that's mine. I want lots of policing in social occasions. I want to go into a pub and go, that is too loud, that music. Those people are too annoying, they're standing up, they're too annoying.
I remember being in the cinema once and seeing a guy, he was a big fat guy again, he had popcorn, the hot dogs, the Coke, right, and he had it balanced on this little wall that was sort of separating parts of the cinema, and he was a big fat guy on there, just sat there, I was watching, I think it was Beetlejuice I was watching,
right.
And some local hard nuts, they were on the same row, they started kicking the little wall to knock his food off, and I thought, brilliant.
Oh no! I think you want to bully fat people.
Yeah.
Play a record, Carl, it's getting really nasty now.
Can I pick on you?
50 Cent, in the club. On XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. Still arguing, this time about having help from your mum and dad. What do you think, Karl?
No, I don't want this to turn into some sort of wacky type thing where we're pretending we're arguing.
Yeah.
Well, we're not pretending.
We're not pretending, you are arguing.
Yeah, I know, but people will think we're messing about.
Oh,
right?
I wouldn't have thought so.
We just need to, we can talk about it later, sort it out.
Yeah, it's just that Carl's a little bit stressed.
I'm not stressed, but...
And he doesn't really understand that, you know, me and Steve have got lots of different jobs in the week, he's just got one job.
Yeah, and we sort of rely on people getting messages to us, you know, as soon as they get them, you know, and not sort of deleting them from their phone selfishly.
Yeah.
Just things like that, you know, people being on the ball. Not just thinking about themselves all the time, not just thinking about number one.
What do you think, Carl?
Whatever. Do you know what I mean? Whatever.
Don't get all maudlin again. Just having a little discussion. Yeah, this will annoy you. Guess what? Think of this, you little slaphead twat. Apparently, that's sewn his arse. Right, apparently, women can get bald treatment on the National Health Service, but men can't. What do you think of that? Do you think that's fair?
Is that a fact?
It's a fact.
We should point out that Karl is, would you say balding?
Yeah.
Would that be fair?
Well, either that or a wide parting.
He looks like Charlie Brown. He's got the same sort of hair arrangement as Charlie Brown.
Yeah, he's
I don't think Charlie was balding though, was he? He was only about 10.
Well, no, but he just had like a couple of things on top, and his hairdo. Carl's had a hairdo that keeps
It's not a hairdo.
No. What is it then? What is it?
It just happened, I've told you. Noel was in, right, once.
Noel who?
Gallagher.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh right, you're on first name terms.
Right. And,
from the hood, isn't he?
And whoever was doing the interview said, well, you know, what, will Liam be able to keep up that sort of hard attitude, right? Say when he gets older and he goes bald, and, you know, could he still carry off the sort of attitude that he's got? And he was like, no, he'd never have that style. He couldn't have that style that lad's got in there, and pointed at me.
Yeah.
I said, it's not a style. I said, I didn't go to the barbers and say, can you just, like, shave the top bit, leave the sides?
Yeah. Can you move a little friar tuck?
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
Right, and you were just saying to me, what would you do if you went back in time? I'd probably use a better shampoo.
I wish we could tape the conversations we have off air.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they are ridiculous. What would you do if you go back in time? And the other stuff we were just talking about is, obviously, can't talk about.
Can I just ask though, sorry, when did you start to notice it was disappearing? I mean, at what age did it kick in?
I worked a lot. You see, you'll be safe. Do you know what I mean? Your hair will stay there. But it's when I used to do a lot of hours working. And
Yeah, you were stressed and things. Yeah.
stressed out, and it just went.
Well, I'm beginning to understand what stress is like, you know, because I'm not getting messages and stuff like that. But yeah.
But probably about, I don't know, 24.
That's unlucky, isn't it?
Something like that.
And did you panic, or were you just quite
Not bothered.
Not bothered.
He's not bothered, he wouldn't be bothered.
I'm not bothered.
But I don't think it's for someone who doesn't care about going bald, or war, or SARS, or anything, you don't have to get stressed on a Saturday between 1 and 3.
To be fair, you are worse than all those things. SARS has got nothing on you when you're in the right mood.
But why is it alright for women then to, you know, have a wig? But I couldn't have one if I wanted one.
Well, that's not a wig, they get bald treatment, they actually can get their hair replaced on the National Health, which might be anything, I suppose. Which might be wigs, which might be transplants. I mean, the only cure for baldness is a transplant, which they literally take, follicles. They can get down to individual follicles now from the back of your neck, and, you know, it takes a long time. And, you know,
But people will know anyway, won't they?
I don't know when it starts, though. I don't know when it starts. Like, now, if you started wearing a wig, people go, "Were you wearing a wig because you were bald yesterday?"
Yeah.
You can't start thinking, right, I'm gonna go bald in a year, I'll start wearing a wig now. That's the thing to do, isn't it?
It is really, if you're that bothered, but I wasn't. I just thought, right, it's losing it a bit, shave a lot off.
But did you know you had that round head underneath it? Did you know it was gonna be that funny, though? You presumably worn a wig, wouldn't you, if you'd have known? Because I've never seen a head that round.
I think the barber, when they did it, right, the woman said, you can pull that off, you've got a good shaped head for having it shaved. She said, that's a good head.
Yeah, she looks like a tennis ball. You look like a tennis ball when you haven't shaved.
She said if you can pull it off, she said that's like a good thing to see someone's good looking, if they can have a bald head. It's like Sinead O'Connor,
Yeah.
right? She can pull it off, there's those sort of things, do you know what I mean?
Telly Savalas.
No, but that's like one of the things, if you look good with a bald head, that means you're pretty good looking.
Yeah.
And if you can wear a bicycle helmet and look good, that's another thing that, like, you must be pretty good looking to pull that off.
But who have you seen in the
set
bicycle
those
helmet
rules?
that you think's good? Who have you seen in the bicycle helmet and thought, oh god, they must be good looking, they're good in the bicycle helmet?
Well,
Everyone
that's what I'm saying.
bicycle
now.
helmet.
Who?
No one looks good, do they, really? It's not the bicycle
So
helmet.
would you say Brad Pitt would look good in the bicycle helmet?
Well, I don't know, I'll have to see. But I'm just saying that's like one of the two things, really, that's...
And what blokes do you think look good bald? Who do you think would look good bald?
Dunno, give me some names and I'll tell you whether they'd be alright if they're bald.
George Clooney.
No, I don't think he does. I don't think he would do.
Who else?
Well, this could run and run.
Al Pacino.
Yeah, he could probably pull it off. He'd probably look alright.
Do you think he looks alright with hair then?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well done, Rick. Sony Award-winning stuff.
Play a record. And then the guy going, oh, he's stressed. Wild Wild Horses by the Rolling Stones on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington, little bald-heady Karl Pilkington. You quite like being bald, don't you? No fuss.
Like I say, you know, I'll probably won't age for a bit now.
Won't age for a bit? What do you mean you won't age for a bit?
Because I already look quite old.
I don't think so. Not with a hat on, you look really young.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just saying, so I won't change that much. It's like that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I actually don't think, as long as you shave it, straight back, I can't have you on that. Nothing wrong with it.
But that kid who had that aging disease, just shave her head. And she wouldn't age that fast anymore. Do you know what I mean?
So this is the 5-year-old girl who had an awful disease where...
Well, we don't know much about it, to be fair.
No, we just know that you fell in love with the title of the programme, the girl that was older than her mum, right? And you were annoyed that people wouldn't serve her fags and alcohol. If she's, you know, she's living like an 8-year-old, let her have a fag.
Doesn't that sum up this show, though? Carl's comment, we don't know much about it.
Yeah.
We're still willing to make comments about it, to discuss it in length and possibly make crass jokes, even though we're ill-informed, as ever.
Yeah.
Right, well, there's something for you, right?
Go on.
This is what I wanted to tell you about, right?
Me.
Yeah, face transplants. There's some kid somewhere, right, who had a bit of a an odd-looking face.
A bit of a what?
Bizarre-looking face.
Yeah.
And, there's a doctor somewhere who said I can sort that out for you. Right?
Sure.
And basically what they do is they've got to get a face off a dead person.
Right.
Sorry, just, in this documentary you saw,
No,
did this documentary feature, say, John Travolta and Nicolas Cage? was it that documentary you saw?
Right, listen, you see...
Go on.
So,
Okay, no, so you can't get a face of a dead person, yeah, go
No,
on.
sorry to dismiss the idea of face transplants. Out of hand. But go on.
So, yeah. It's got to be a face of a dead body that isn't older than, like, 4 hours old.
Right.
4 hours dead. Whatever. They can take it off. Fit it on the new face.
That makes sense. But it's not just your face that you lose it, but it's the muscle tissue and bones, isn't it, when it's like disfigured? It could be through fire or whatever, or disease or whatever. So they can't just literally plonk a face on, they have to do something else, don't they?
You're asking Carl like he's gonna know.
I forgot then. He looked at was that in Russian?
Yeah.
I wish we could get him on telly just to show the look on his face when I said that.
Yeah.
It was brilliant,
ludicrous.
wasn't it? It was, you know when you go to a cat, hey, we want some food then? And he just looks at you and he goes, it's almost like he can understand what we're saying. Go on.
It's like if you had been caught holding a mallet over a dead body by the police.
What I'm saying is, it would sort of work, yeah. If you peeled your face off and put my face on it, oh my god, why don't you and Steve, for an experiment, swap faces?
And the great thing is, I wouldn't age.
Yeah. Would you do that if it was safe?
I think I'm getting the rough deal here, though.